Every time Cobb enters a dream, his dead wife is waiting for him. Mal walks into worlds she was never meant to enter. She knows what Cobb is hiding, what he is trying to protect, and exactly how to destroy the plan before he can stop her. Cobb knows she is not real, but that has never made her easier to control. Now he has one final chance to return to the children he left behind. All he has to do is enter another man's mind and plant an idea deep enough to change his life. It should be the mission that finally takes Cobb home. Instead, it brings Mal closer than ever. She follows him through every layer of the dream, turning his memories against him and threatening everyone beside him. Mal can only exist because some part of Cobb still refuses to let her disappear. So what happened between them? And why does every dream keep bringing her back?
Cobb has every reason to stay away from dreams, but they are also the only path that might take him home. He is an extractor. While people sleep, Cobb enters the worlds their minds create and steals the secrets hidden inside them. It has made him one of the best in the world. It has also taken him further from the only life he wants back. Cobb cannot return to the United States. A murder charge is waiting for him there, along with 2 children who know their father through distant phone calls and promises he can no longer keep. He remembers them as they were when he left, playing outside, their faces turned away from him.
Then Saito offers him a way home. Instead of stealing an idea, Cobb must plant one inside Robert Fisher, the heir to a global business empire. Saito wants Fisher to break apart his father's company, but the decision must feel entirely his own. Most extractors believe Inception is impossible. The mind recognizes a foreign idea and rejects it. Cobb knows otherwise. He has seen one take root so deeply that it changed everything a person believed to be real. In return for the job, Saito promises to clear Cobb's name. The chance to see his children again is enough. Cobb assembles a team, and Ariadne begins designing the worlds they will enter. But during her first training session, another woman appears in the dream. Mal looks at Cobb as if the city belongs to her. Then she turns on Ariadne. The mission depends on control. Cobb is the one person who does not have it.
Mal has ruined Cobb's work before. During the extraction on Saito, she appears without warning and exposes the plan. She moves through the dream with knowledge no ordinary projection should possess. Ariadne soon discovers why. Cobb warns her never to build a dream from real memories. They can pull the dreamer into the past until memory and reality become impossible to separate. It is a rule he has already broken. Hidden inside his subconscious is an elevator. Behind each door, Cobb has preserved a moment he continues to revisit. His children at home, a hotel room he cannot forget, and Mal waiting inside a life that has already ended. Cobb calls them memories, but he does not simply remember them, he returns to them.
He walks through the same rooms and finds Mal exactly where he left her. Then she begins escaping those rooms and entering dreams built for other people. Cobb is terrified of what she might do, yet he has preserved every place she needs to survive. When the Fisher mission begins, Mal follows him in. She shoots Fisher before the Inception can be completed and forces Cobb toward the place he fears most. She is not returning from somewhere outside his mind. She is coming from the part of Cobb that still needs her there. To understand why, Ariadne must uncover the world they once built together and the idea Cobb planted inside it.
The idea began in Limbo. Years earlier, Cobb and Mal went too deep into a dream and became trapped in a world shaped entirely by their minds. So they built a life there. They raised a city from nothing, recreated their homes, and grew old together. Hours outside became decades inside. For a while, Limbo felt like freedom. Anything they lost could be rebuilt, and any moment could be lived again. But the longer they stayed, the more Mal accepted that world as reality. Cobb knew they had to leave. Mal no longer wanted to. So he entered the deepest part of her subconscious and found the place where she had locked away the truth. Inside a safe, he planted one idea. This world is not real. It was Cobb's first Inception. The idea took root. Mal agreed to lie beside him on the railway tracks, and death returned them to reality. But the idea returned with her. Mal continued to feel that the world around them was another dream. Their home seemed constructed. The people around her felt like projections. Even their children could not convince her that she was awake. If death had freed her once, she believed it could free her again.
On their anniversary, Mal asked Cobb to meet her at a hotel. When he arrived, she was sitting on the ledge of the building across from him. She had arranged evidence to make Cobb appear responsible for her death. If he remained alive, he would become a fugitive. She believed that would leave him no choice but to follow her. Then she stepped from the ledge. Cobb did not simply watch his wife die. he watched an idea he had created finish its work. He had entered Mal's mind to save her, but left behind something that made reality impossible for her to trust. Her death also separated Cobb from his children. The evidence forced him to flee the country and abandon the life he had tried to bring Mal back to. The Inception worked exactly as he said an idea would. It entered quietly, felt self-generated, and changed everything Mal believed to be real. Cobb escaped Limbo. Mal never truly did. And Cobb carried the ruins of that world into every dream that followed.
Limbo was only the beginning. Whenever reality took something away, Cobb rebuilt it inside a dream. The elevator Ariadne discovers is where he keeps doing it. Behind each door, he returns to the children he left, the hotel where Mal died, and the life they once shared. Mal is always waiting. Cobb calls her a projection, yet he speaks to her as if some part of his wife remains. He explains himself and listens when she accuses him. Her anger is not coming from Mal. It is Cobb's guilt speaking through her. He believes his idea caused her death, but nothing can remove it now. No final conversation can change what happened. No deeper dream can take him back far enough to prevent it. So Cobb returns to the wound and suffers through it again. Keeping Mal there allows him to remain close to her, even when the only version left is one that punishes him. Ariadne sees the contradiction. Cobb says Mal invades his dreams, but he built every room she inhabits and keeps opening the doors that let her out. The dreams are not bringing Mal back. Cobb is. When she shoots Fisher, the past Cobb kept hidden finally threatens the mission that could take him home. To save Fisher, he must return to Limbo and face what he has kept alive there. What Cobb finds in Limbo is not the life he lost. It is the version of that life he refused to bury. The city he built with Mal is collapsing into the sea, but she remains exactly as he remembers her. Above them, Fisher is being led toward a final moment with his father. The team has created a story that allows him to believe his father wanted him to build a life of his own. Fisher needs that farewell before he can stop living for a man who is already gone. Cobb needs one too. Mal offers him the city they built, the home they shared, and a life where nothing was ever lost. For years, some part of Cobb has wanted exactly that. He has preserved their memories and carried her into every mission. Now he can stay. But staying with Mal means abandoning the children he has spent years trying to reach. Cobb can no longer pretend that she alone is keeping him trapped. The choice has always belonged to him. Fisher receives the farewell his mind needs. Cobb must begin his own by admitting what Mal has become. She is not the woman he lost. She is the woman his guilt created after her. Mal still carries his wife's face, voice, and memories, but she cannot be more than what Cobb remembers. The real Mal existed beyond his understanding. She changed, surprised him, and lived outside the moments he preserved. This version cannot. She asks Cobb to keep the promise they made in Limbo, to grow old together. Cobb tells her they already did. They spent a lifetime in the world they built. Staying will not give them more time. It will only repeat what has already ended. Mal asks how he can be certain the world outside is real, but Cobb no longer tries to answer. He finally admits that his memory can imitate Mal, but it can never bring her back. The children appear nearby, just as he remembers them. For years, he has refused to look at their faces inside a dream.
This time, he turns away from them. They are not the children waiting for him. They are another memory asking him to remain in the past. Cobb entered the mission believing Fisher was the one who needed an idea planted deep inside him. But Cobb needed one too. He needed to understand that letting Mal go would not erase the life they shared. For years, guilt was his last connection to her. As long as she returned to accuse him, their story never had to end. Now, he accepts that Mal is gone. What happened cannot be repaired, and continuing to suffer will not bring her closer. He cannot change the idea he planted inside her, but he can stop allowing it to control the rest of his life. Cobb leaves Mal behind and goes searching for Saito. This is the first dream he leaves without her.
Cobb finds Saito deep inside Limbo and reminds him of the promise that brought them there. They wake on the plane. At the airport, Saito keeps his word. Cobb passes through customs and returns to the home he has spent years trying to reach. His children are outside, playing as he remembers them. Cobb spins the top. Throughout the film, he uses it to test reality. If it falls, he is awake. If it keeps spinning, he is still inside a dream. But this time, he does not wait. His children turn toward him, and Cobb walks away from the top before it falls. Maybe he is still dreaming. Maybe he has finally returned. The film never tells us, because the answer no longer controls him. Cobb spent years checking reality and rebuilding Mal because he could not accept a life without her. Now he chooses the people standing in front of him. He cannot undo what happened to Mal or recover the years he lost with his children. He can only stop sacrificing what remains to a past that will never change. Every dream brought her back, but when Cobb finally wakes, he leaves her behind.
Do you think Cobb truly returned to reality, or did he simply stop needing the answer? Let me know what you believe in the comments. And if you want more stories about the broken minds hiding inside great films, subscribe to Cinema Insights.